Today we're going to talk about the log jam that is in our housing industry right now across the board. Basically, we have three levels of home buyers. Four if you include the investment homes or maybe the second home buyers. But right now we're going to talk about and focus on the three main home buyers. And that's the first-time home buyer, the move-up buyer, and then the end-all bury-me-in-the-backyard home buyer. Historically, renters have gone from renting their home into level one. After a few years, they get married, they're starting a family or thinking about a family, they move from level one to level two. Several years later, kids are growing, need some more room, so now they go from level two to that end-all be-all level three. They've raised their family. Now, a decade later, they've raised their family, or they're getting them off to college, or just out of the house, hopefully. Level three comes back down and downsizes into level one. That has traditionally been our housing cycle for forever, since the beginning of housing. Due to the unintended consequences that we've had over the past 10 years or so, and mainly the 2 to 3% interest rates, it's crazy. Level three is staying in their homes because they don't want to sell their 5,000, 6,000 square foot house, however big it is, and downsize into what they really need, because they're going from a family of five to a family of one or two. They need that smaller house. They don't need that large house, but they don't want to wind up paying a higher mortgage amount on a smaller home. Doesn't make a whole lot of financial sense. But it's not only the monthly payment they're worried about. It's not the only concern for them, but also the equity gain. They're thinking, all right, I'm going to pay more to downsize, but I'm also going to have less equity because I'm taking this $1 million property, I'm gaining 3 to 5% on, and I'm moving into a $400,000 house, I'm making 3 to 5% on. Doesn't make any financial sense to downsize back to level one. Pay more monthly, have an equity gain on 450 instead of $1 million. So instead of downsizing, they stay in place. So until one of three things happen, we're going to continue to have this log jam in our housing, in our inventory. One, rates have to drop down where it makes financial sense for those folks that have the 2, 3, 4% rates to refinance or sell and get out and pay that higher interest rate. I'm thinking probably needs to be a rate that starts with a 5, pretty solidly, mid-5s. Government intervention, none of us really want that a whole lot, but government could get in and subsidize the sellers in a certain demographic, if they're a certain age, how long they've had their home, if they're selling their home, incentivize them to sell it. And I'm thinking there could be some sort of rate subsidy when this demographic or this group sells, and make them buy. That's going to create a lot of inventory and give them incentive to sell now rather than blocking off the majority of their house and aging in place, which is what a lot of folks are doing now. Or three, the folks in level three, they just die, which is unfortunately going to happen, and that's going to create inventory as well. Number three may seem a bit harsh, but that's going to be the result for many that have incredibly low rates. They don't want to sell. They want to stay in home until they bury me in the backyard for real. So anyway, that is my thoughts in a kind of a broken down nutshell. Hopefully option one really works, but option two would be great as well. If you would love any more information or a little breakdown on this and how I think what we need to do to get our economy moving quickly, give me a shout. I'd love to talk to you more about it. Thanks. Take care.